Hello, Marvel fans, comic geeks, and all the nerds in between. My name is Megan, and I am with Vigilante Vibes, clearly. And I am here with another character breakdown today, and it's someone I cannot believe we have not talked about yet. We are going to talk about Luke Cage. Luke Cage first appeared in Heroes for Hire #1 in 1972 and was created by Archie Goodwin, John Romita Sr., and George Tuska. Carl Lucas, who the world would eventually know as Luke Cage, was born and raised in Harlem, New York. His mom was Esther, and his dad, James Lucas Sr., was a retired NYPD detective. As a kid, Carl ran the streets with his best friend, Willis Stryker, and a girl named Reva Connors. He and Stryker joined a gang called the Rivals, fought another gang called the Diablos, and pulled petty crimes for a crooked crime boss named Sonny Caputo, aka Hammer. Carl bounced in and out of juvenile detention and used to dream about becoming a big time crime lord until he started realizing how much he was hurting his family. Eventually, he tried to straighten out. He even backed off of a robbery job that involved a foreign prince after an argument with Stryker, which weirdly ended on decent terms after a scuffle over a fake nickname. It was petty, I guess. Carl chose to go legit and found honest work. Meanwhile, Stryker kept climbing the criminal ladder, but they stayed friends, oddly enough. That fell apart pretty fast. Stryker got on the wrong side of the Magia and was nearly killed in a mob hit. Carl saved him, but when Reva broke up with Stryker and turned to Carl for comfort, Stryker blamed Carl for everything. I know I'm saying Carl a lot. It is Luke Cage, but his real name is Carl. But we haven't gotten to the Luke Cage part yet, so trying not to make it weird. In revenge, Stryker planted heroin on Carl's apartment and tipped off the cops. Carl was arrested and sent to prison. He tried to retaliate by sicking the Magia on Stryker, but the hit went wrong. Stryker lived and Reva died instead. To make matters worse, Carl's brother James Jr. intercepted letters between Carl and their dad, making each believe the other was dead. Carl lost his family while sitting behind bars. Prison hardened him. Angry and bitter, he got into constant fights and tried to escape more than once, which got him transferred to Seagate Prison off of the Georgia coast, one of the worst facilities around. There, a racist guard named Billy Bob Rackham, which would be his name, made him a personal target. Around that time, Dr. Noah Bernstein arrived to run secret experiments based on a variation of the super soldier process. Carl volunteered. Bernstein put him in the electrobiochemical system, but Rackham sabotaged it, hoping to kill him. Instead, the procedure supercharged Carl's body, boosting his strength and making his skin nearly unbreakable. Carl used his powers to break out of prison and head back to Harlem. After a run-in with some criminals, he realized that he could make money with these abilities. Still wanted by the law, he changed his name to Luke Cage and opened up a shop as a hero for hire, hence the name, helping anyone who could pay his fee. He set up an office above the Gem Theater in Times Square, owned by the family of D.W. Griffith. Dr. Bernstein moved to New York too, opening a storefront clinic with Dr. Claire Temple. Not long after, Stryker, now calling himself Diamondback, sent hitmen after Luke. Claire helped Luke after the attack, shocked that the bullets could not pierce his skin. Eventually, Luke tracked Stryker down. They fought, and Stryker died in an explosion caused by one of his own trick blades, taking any chance of clearing Luke's name with him. Luke kept taking jobs, though. He stopped a revenge plot by Colonel Gideon Mace, dealt with mobsters using fake ambulances to rob corpses for crime boss Black Mariah, and even went after Dr. Doom, who stiffed him a $200 payment after hiring him to destroy rogue Doombots. Luke literally flew to Latveria and beat the money out of Doom, which I respect. He's a business owner. What are you going to do? At one point, he took on the codename Power Man and teamed up with the Defenders, though he eventually left because their weird cosmic level problems interfered with his paying gigs. He later went undercover in Cottonmouth's drug operation, hoping to find proof that he could clear his original conviction. He shut the whole thing down, but learned the records died with a henchman who had photographic memory. Which I don't, even if he had photographic memory, I don't know how that would hold up in court. Because, like, I could say I have photographic memory, so. I don't know. These are things that keep me up at night. He briefly replaced the Thing in the Fantastic Four, got blackmailed into fighting Iron Fist while trying to save Bernstein and Claire from the Bushmaster, and eventually had his name legally cleared. After that, he teamed up with Iron Fist for real, forming Heroes for Hire. They became a successful duo, best friends despite being complete opposites, which is, they always make the best of friends. Things went sideways again when a shady agency manipulated events to frame Luke for Iron Fist's supposed murder. Luke became a fugitive, yet again, moved to Chicago, ditched the Power Man name for a while, and later had his powers boosted even further by exposure to the Power Man virus. While searching for his family, he learned his brother James Jr. had been mutated into the superpowered Coldfire by a criminal group called the Corporation. The brothers fought and then teamed up to rescue their father. James Jr. sacrificed himself to destroy the corporation's headquarters. Back in New York, Luke tried to slow down, co-owning the Gem Theater, but he kept getting pulled back in, rejoining Heroes for Hire, dating She-Hulk, and later restarting his Heroes for Hire work solo. He invested in a bar and focused on cleaning up his neighborhood instead of saving the world. Then came Jessica Jones. After a complicated one-night stand turned serious, she revealed she was pregnant with his child. They moved in together. Luke supported her through trauma involving the Purple Man and later attacked Norman Osborn to expose him as a Green Goblin after Jessica was injured. And I want it to be said that Luke Cage and Jessica Jones are one of the best couples in comics. Also, if you want to know more about Jessica Jones, just check out my channel because I have a breakdown of her too. Nick Fury later recruited Luke and other heroes for a secret mission to overthrow Latveria's ruler. Fury destroyed Castle Doom and wiped the heroes' memories. A year later, the surviving ruler, Lucia von Bardas, attacked Luke and Jessica in revenge, blasting Luke into a coma. His unbreakable skin made surgery nearly impossible. He was secretly moved to safety by Captain America and Iron Fist. Eventually, he recovered, and Fury apologized. Luke proved himself to Captain America and joined the New Avengers. During the Civil War, he refused to register and sent Jessica and their daughter to Canada for safety while he fought alongside Cap's Secret Avengers. After Cap's death, Luke helped form a new underground Avengers team. He became a strong field leader and, though often clashed with authorities, he and Jessica named their daughter Danielle after Danny Rand, who is Iron Fist, who became her godfather, which is adorable. So cute. Through Skull invasions, kidnappings, including his own daughters, deals with Norman Osborn, heart-stopping surgeries involving bombs literally placed on his chest, and government crackdowns, Luke kept fighting, and he fought every day. After Osborn fell, Tony Stark sold him Avengers Mansion for $1 borrowed from Iron Fist, letting Luke run his own independent Avengers team. He even ran the Thunderbolts program, giving criminals a shot at redemption because he'd been there. He'd stepped back briefly to focus on family, reformed the Mighty Avengers, dealt with Hydra's takeover of America, and fought in battles involving Dark Force domes and criminal wars. Eventually, when Mayor Wilson Fisk weaponized anti-vigilante laws and manipulated the city using the Purple Man's powers, Luke ran for mayor himself. He won. As mayor of New York, Luke Cage still fought when he had to, sometimes literally breaking the Anti-Vigilante Act in public to save lives. He worked to repeal corrupt laws, battled crime syndicates during a citywide gang wars, and eventually helped restore the right of heroes to operate freely. From Harlem Street Kid and wrongfully imprisoned ex-con to bulletproof hero for hire to Avenger to husband to father to mayor of New York City, Luke Cage built his life the hard way, every step earned. So, yeah, that's Luke Cage. I love Luke Cage as a character, and I'm really excited to see Mike Coulter at some point bring him back. I really think with Daredevil Born Again Season 2 coming, and it seems like they're pulling from the Dark Reign storyline where, you know, Wilson Fisk uses the anti-vigilante laws and he's the mayor and all that, which is in the comics is where Luke Cage becomes mayor. Wouldn't this be the perfect time to bring Luke Cage in? We're getting Jessica Jones too. But also, if you're watching this after season 2 and none of this happens, I'm very sorry. So, like always, I have some comics for you to check out to get to know Luke Cage even better. Starting with Heroes for Hire, Brian Michael Bendis' New Avengers, Power Man, and Luke Cage City of Fire. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you learned a little bit about Luke Cage. And if you have any characters you want me to break down, let me know in the comments and I will get to work on it. So, with that being said, have a marvelous day.